guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Renee with Renee's Creative Casa. In today's video, we are going to be making 2 wreaths. One is for Valentine's Day, and then 2 days later here in the South, we will be celebrating Mardi Gras. So I will be making a Mardi Gras wreath, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Without further ado, let's get to crafting. Okay, so for our first wreath, we are going to be using this 18-inch wreath form that I got at Dollar Tree, as well as some green, purple, and gold deco mesh. The purple and gold is the 5-inch, and then the green one is a little bit longer than that. I wasn't able to find the 5-inch in the green, so I did have to go ahead and get that one. I got these picks at Walmart. You guys can see they are really cute. They have a lot of glitter on them, but they don't have a lot of fallout on them, so you guys don't really have to worry about losing a lot of glitter on those. I did get these ribbon from Walmart. The one that has the glitter on it, it does have a lot of fallout in it, so you guys be careful with that. Okay, and so since I couldn't find the shorter rolls of the green deco mesh, I had to go ahead and get the longer roll, and then I just started by rolling off 6 to 8 inch lengths of that, and then I cut it in half so that it would be about the same width as the purple and the gold. And then once I get a bunch of the lengths cut out of each color, I'm just going to take them and roll them over on top of themselves like this. And I'm going to make a bundle of 3. Each one is going to have one of each color in it. So you guys can see that I'm rolling over the purple, and then I'll be rolling over the green. And I will make like a little bundle out of that by tying it with a pipe cleaner. And I'm not sure why I don't have them cut beforehand, but I will go ahead and cut some of those off. But you guys can see that I just have one purple, one green, and one gold in a bundle, and I'm just going to tie that off with a little pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to leave enough of the pipe cleaner on the end to go ahead and tie around my wreath form. I want to make sure that I leave that length on the back of that bundle from the pipe cleaner, so that I know I have enough on there, and I'm not, trying to twist just a little bit on there. So I did only cut these Chanel stems in half, whereas you guys know that I usually cut them into thirds, but since I am kind of rolling these a little bit thicker, I wanted to make sure that I had enough room there. After I have a lot of the little bundles put together, I'm going to go ahead and start attaching them to my wreath form. I am just going into the middle rung of this wreath form. It does have like 3 rings on it, so I'm just going to go into that middle one. And I did tie off most of my little bundles with either green Chanel stems or gold, so that they will match a little bit better. So I'm just going to start attaching those, and I'll show you guys when I get further along how that looks. Okay, you guys can see here that this wreath is really starting to come together, and it's going to be really beautiful. I have added several bundles of the deco mesh to this, and I think it really looks nice. Now I'm going to start my bow, and I'm going to be using these 3 ribbon to go ahead and start that, and I am going to be using my Easy Bow Maker. These are the ribbon that I picked up at Walmart, and this one that I'm opening right now is the one that I was telling you guys has a lot of fallout in it, so just be prepared for that. It is really pretty, but it does have a lot of fallout. That purple and gold, those big flakes, they fall out pretty easily, and I did lose a lot, but there's so many on there that you really can't tell. So I'm just going to start by getting my ribbon on there, and then I'm going to do, the first one is going to be 8-inch loops, so you guys can see that I'm pulling that ribbon down to the 8-inch mark, and then I'm just going to go to the 8-inch mark on the other side and run my ribbon back through my 2 little poles here, and then I'm just going to move in a little bit and do the same thing again. Okay, and on the buffalo check, I think I'm doing about 7 inches. I may even be going in as far as 6 inches, but it looks like it's only about an inch difference. And all of these, the ribbon that I'm using, I am going back and forth through my poles twice. So there's going to end up being 2 loops of each color on each side. And I am in love with this ribbon. I think it is so pretty. I'm going to do 6 inches on this one, and then I'm just going to go back and forth through my poles again, make sure that I'm twisting my ribbon in the middle there so that my design is always on the outside. And then, since I do like this ribbon so much, I do decide to put 3 loops on each side of it for this one. Now that your bow is complete, you want to make sure that you give that a really good tie off. I always try to make sure that I tie my ribbons really, really tightly, and then you want to go ahead and make sure that you give this bow a really good fluffing, and you can move these loops around to whichever side that you want to go to, and then you can also move the ends however you want to put them. I normally always use wired ribbon so that it is more easy to work with. You can kind of put it where you want it at, and it'll stay that way. But you guys can see that I'm giving this a really good fluffing, and then once I get it on my wreath form, I will actually go back in and fluff it some more. Now that I have my bow on my wreath, I'm going to go ahead and start adding some embellishments, which were those masks, and then I'm going to be using these picks as well. But I am going to take these picks apart, and I'm just going to hot glue some of those pieces in and around where my ribbon is. I got the mask at the Dollar Tree. They had purple ones and green ones, and I did pick up one of each, but I did decide to only use the purple one for this. I wasn't really sure that I was even going to use it because of how it's kind of shaped, but I did decide to go ahead and put it in there, and I'm glad I did, because at the end of this, when I show you guys my the wreath finished, you will see that the wreath turned out really beautiful, and I really do like it. here it is after I got all of my embellishments on it. You guys can see that I put in several pieces of the pick, and the bow is really gorgeous and it looks really nice with the mask on there. I think that this wreath came together really good. Even though we're not really celebrating Mardi Gras here in the South too much this year, I do think that this wreath is really pretty for this season. I'm really proud of it, and I think it's really gorgeous. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. Okay, so for the next wreath in this video, I'm going to be making a Valentine's wreath, and you can see here that I have the red and the white deco mesh as well as the pink one, and I'm going to use some of these little signs. And I do have some florals out there, but I decided not to use the florals, and I also decided not to use that pink poly burlap. I'm just going to go in with this red and white one. This is one of the last Valentine's wreath that I will make this year. My neighbor saw one in one of my videos and decided she wanted one for her door, so I did go ahead and make this for her. And I'm just going to start by tying off the end of my deco mesh, and I'm going to pull out 6 to 8 inch puffs, and then I'm just going to go right back in with my zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie that into place. I do start out with my deco mesh in the middle rung of the 3, and then each puff that I do, I'm just going to move to the inside rung and then back out to the outside rung. So it does end up in a zigzag pattern across there. And then for each little section of the wreath, I'm doing about 10 to 12 little zigzags. So I do end up using 2 complete rolls of this. It's like a poly burlap deco mesh. It's not the traditional one that's a little bit more stiffer. So this one is a little bit softer. It feels a little bit more like burlap, maybe like a plastic burlap. So I do end up using 2 rolls of that, and like I say, I'm just going back and forth in that zigzag pattern. Okay, I just want to show you guys right here at the end. Once I'm finishing up the first roll of the poly burlap, I want to go ahead and start the second roll. And I'm just going to put those 2 ends together and then use a pipe cleaner to secure those to the wreath. So it's only 1 pipe cleaner, but I'm actually using, it's actually connecting the 2 rolls together. once I get all of that on my wreath form, I'm going to go ahead and start on my bow, and I'm going to be using 5 different ribbons for this. I'm going to start by going to my 8-inch loops, and I'm going to start with the buffalo check on the bottom, and then I'm just going to build my ribbons on top of that. I did get all of this pattern ribbon at the Dollar Tree, except for the one I'm going to use last, which is a thinner ribbon. I think it's a 1.5-inch ribbon. But I do want to tell you guys that I'm like in love with this red ribbon right here. It's like a sheer ribbon, and it has like little glitter hearts on it. It is really pretty. It's probably one of the prettier ribbons that I've seen at the Dollar Tree. So I do really like this one. Now, the ribbon that I'm going to use on here last, which is a red ribbon, and it has little white glitter hearts on it. I did pick that up at Michael's, as well as the buffalo check. I think that is a Michael's ribbon as well. I did get that in my Christmas haul, and I will have that video linked above, so you guys can kind of go back and check that out if you want to. I'm going to tie this bow off really good, give it a really good fluffing. I'm going to dovetail my ends and then get it attached to my wreath. Once I get it attached to my wreath, I am going to curl some of the tails in this little curly Q pattern, and then some I just kind of curl down, so you guys will be able to kind of see what I've got going on. With that, I do fluff my ribbon before I put it on my wreath, and then I fluff it again after I get it on there, so that I make sure that it's fluffed going on, and then anything that touches it or messes it up, once I'm putting it on my wreath form, I'll just make sure I go back in there and fluff that really good. Also, guys, I want to just say I'm sorry. Stella has been in my voiceover a lot this morning. She recently got, she recently went to go get her little surgery done to, you know, keep her protected. So she has wanted to be right exactly where I am ever since then. And I just want to go ahead and apologize for her bells constantly ringing in the background. But here are the little signs that I'm going to be using on here. And I'm just going to put, I think I end up doing 4. This was a 5, like a little 5-tier sign that I got at Dollar Tree. It had 5 little hearts on it, and they were all different little designs. So I did just tear those apart and hot glue those onto my wreath. And I'm also going to be using some little styrofoam hearts that come in the little picks. I just pop those off the picks and then hot glue those onto my wreath as well. Here it is once I got it complete. I think this wreath really turned out gorgeous. It is so pretty and it is so festive, and the bow that I put on here, I'm really in love with it. I'm so glad that I used all of the ribbon. I know 5 is a lot, but I think it turned out really pretty. It's just really gorgeous. You guys can see there's an up close of that red ribbon with the red hearts that I was telling you guys about. You guys can see how pretty that is. So I think this turned out pretty. you guys let me know down in the comments below which one of these two wreaths were actually your favorite. I know that our holidays are close together this year, so I just wanted to, you know, be able to put out two different wreaths for the same time of year. Hey y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I really did enjoy putting together this beautiful Mardi Gras wreath. I think this is one of the most favorite wreaths that I've ever made. I think it is super gorgeous. I hope you guys like it. I will have this video linked in my Love is in the Air playlist, which will be one of the last videos that I have going in there. I do have one or two more that will be added to that playlist because I am getting ready to wrap up my Valentine's decoration, so you guys can go back and check out everything that I have done this Valentine's season. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here, welcome back. I hope that you will consider liking this video as well as subscribing to this YouTube channel. And turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from me. I normally upload a new video on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, so I really appreciate everyone that is here. Thanks again for watching.